Hello friends, today I am going to show you the surgical video of toric IOL implantation in hypermature cataract after phacoemulsification. I start with marking the vertical and horizontal axis with patient in sitting or standing position with bubble marker. I am starting phacoemulsification. So routine phacoemulsification will be performed first. We stain the entire capsule with trypan blue dye. Dye is washed. AC is filled with dispersive viscoelastic. First, a small sized rhexis is performed to avoid the extension of rhexis towards the periphery. We also call this technique as double rhexis technique. The liquefied cortex is aspirated with the help of hydrocannula to reduce the intralenticular pressure. Now, a small nick is given at the margin of small rhexis with the help of micro scissors. Now, with the help of forceps, micro rhexis forceps, we take the edge of this rhexis and start making a bigger rhexis, continuous curvilinear capsular rhexis, and we obtain an adequate sized capsular rhexis, 5.5 to 5 millimeter rhexis. So we completed the rhexis and clear corneal incision is made into the cornea and entry is made. We perform routine phacoemulsification with direct chop or vertical chop technique. Nucleus is freed and make mobile. Chop is done. Nucleus is further emulsified into 3, 4, 5 or 6 pieces. Be very careful to emulsify these last pieces because the posterior capsule is right behind the nuclear pieces, and any kind of surge can lead to posterior capsular tear. These last few nuclear fragments should be removed very carefully. bimanual cortical cleanup is done with the help of bimanual irrigation aspiration. After injecting viscoelastic, this is the marker to place the toric IOL on desired axis. First, we mark the cornea where we want to place the toric IOL. Now we are loading the toric oil into the cartridge. First, IOL is implanted into the bag. Always try to under rotate 10 degrees or 2 clock hours to the desired axis. Don't so never fully rotate the IOL into at the desired axis at the first instance before IA. See the marks, they are 2 clock hours before the desired marking. After IA is done and all viscoelastic removal is done from behind the IOL, from all the anterior chamber, then only the IOL should be placed at the exact desired marking. See, there is intraoperative meiosis, so I make it sure with the help of iris manipulating forceps whether the marking is at its place or not. I may use intraoperative adrenaline or Mydriatic, but I feel I will be able to place the IOL marking at the desired axis. So the marking is at its place. Hydration of the ports is done, and check for any leakage. Keep IOP on higher side so that IOP doesn't move, so that the IOL doesn't move afterwards. Check for any leak. Next day, post-op results are very good. Thanks for watching.